Hello, everyone. Ned Canty, General Director of Opera Memphis, here on day 4 of La Boheme. We had a good day today. We got a lot done, especially in the afternoon, sort of polishing and finishing some of the early stuff with the Bohemians. I'm very happy with where things are, in part because one of the tricks of Boheme, which is still a piece that's in the transition from more traditional formal opera into this more moment-to-moment realism. There are these interesting moments that feel sort of like throwbacks, where in the first act especially, after these scenes of people talking to each other in a way that feels very real and textured and moment to moment, there will be these moments where the boys will all say the same thing at the same time, which feels more old school, more like older operas where you had just a shape, a style, and a format that, was the way things that were done, was the way that things were done. Gosh, I've committed to not retaking these, so I apologize for my belch there. Anyway, so it was interesting that I think that we were able to find a way to make these moments which seems sort of unusual or kind of operatic, quote unquote, in a bad way, to figure out a way with this cast to make it feel conscious and real, as if instead of just living in a world where 3 people randomly all say the same thing at the same time in tight harmony, which doesn't happen so often, to being the kind of thing where a bunch of people who know each other very well, who have shared jokes and a shared history, that when a certain moment happens, they have a sort of moment of connection, a cue, and they all basically say the punchline to the joke at the same time, so to speak. And we're really getting there. This group of guys who, so far as I know, have never sung this together. It's always fascinating how quickly a group of singers can create a kind of connection and vibe between them that makes it feel as if they've known each other for a long time, which, at least in the case certainly of Marcello and Rodolfo and probably Colline, they have. That we need to get the sense that they've known each other for a while. We do sort of go with the idea in this particular production that Chonard is the youngest, the newest, the one who's still, sort of paying his dues to a certain extent. And, you see that in the way that the other guys ignore him when he comes in with the food. But, of course, the kind of triumph that he's had that day is one of the things that's going to get him past the hazing part of his life with the Bohemians. So anyway, as you might be able to tell, I'm a little bit tired today, so I hope I didn't ramble too much, but I'm going to go home and I'm going to get a wonderful night's sleep before tomorrow's rehearsal. We're going to be getting into Mimi and Rodolfo for the first time, so I'm very excited about that. It's really sort of the meat of where the heart of the opera begins, so I'm excited, and I'll talk to you about it tomorrow.